Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. We're glad you're here. So today we're going to finally get the John boat out and get it ready to go to the river. And a lot of people have been asking about it since we serviced it. And honestly, after I serviced it, we took it out on a small lake a couple times and it's sat since. So let's get this thing cleaned up, get it ready to roll, and get to the river. All right, so one problem we've got is I used the battery out of this for one of my tractors. And another one is just that it's become a storage depot. So we're going to toss out all the trash, blow out the leaves. And then we've got a couple of seats that I bought over a year ago to put in here. So we're going to mount those seats in. And then this is an awning kit. And if it's still in decent shape, we're going to mount that to it. All right, so right off the bat, there's no electricity out here. So we're going to move this boat, and the sun and that shade is killing our video. So you know we got a video. All right, so I'm gonna start by just getting rid of all the stuff that's accumulated in here over the last year. And most of this stuff is gonna be thrown away. You want an RV welcome mat?
Sure, I'm up for anything. I like free stuff.
It's one of those, I mean, it's nice, but I don't need it in the boat. Boat plug, we'll need that. Okay, I think we've got everything out that doesn't belong in the boat. So I'm gonna get a leaf blower and clean the inside of this out. All right, we'll go ahead and use the DeWalt leaf blower to get all these leaves out of here. I think I'm gonna have to find a vacuum. Okay, we're gonna start by putting a battery in it. And the reason we're doing that is this motor goes up and down hydraulically, and there's not a release to do it any other way. So we're gonna start getting this motor up so we don't rip the skeg off while working. So one battery in the battery box. And I'm not sure what all wires go on here or what they're supposed to be. It would have been nice if I would have labeled some of that. Let's see, but here are the main ones we need. Let's put those on.
Well, in my experience, yellow is usually hot in automotive stuff.
Oh, really?
So,
In
but you got four.
In my experience, this whole thing runs on fairy dust. So y'all understand how much I know.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any spare fairy dust.
If I did, I'd share it with you, man.
Yeah, my first experience with that neodymium magnets, I worked at this place called MMI, Magnetic Instrumentation Incorporated.
I have no idea.
And they built machines to make Seagate hard drives.
Okay.
But then they'd ship the machine to Thailand or Taiwan, whichever the one's off the coast of China.
Oh, Taiwan.
Taiwan. And then, you know, eventually the Taiwanese figured out how to make their own machine.
Right.
So,
I don't know what we can do. I don't know which wires go where. I'm thinking red would be positive.
Red is definitely positive.
So black would be negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what about yellow and yellow?
Usually on automotive stuff, yellow is hot. Yeah, so to get rare earth magnets, I was busting up every hard drive before I threw it away.
Oh, nice.
Taking the rare earth magnet out of it.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Now you can just buy them off eBay, Amazon.
I think I've got an awful lot of them from just Harbor Freight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Harbor Freight. Yeah, I imagine they.
What was it? We bought some kind of magnet the other day, and it came in the mail from UPS, though.
Yeah.
Right, UPS is contracting out a bunch of stuff for this postal. But anyway, it had all kinds of warnings. Do not fly, must not enter aircraft or something. Like, I don't know what this thing is, but it kind of sounds serious.
Don't get it around any electronics.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got nothing.
Nothing yet. I'm sure. Well, that yellow goes right to a red.
Okay, so it's got to be hot.
Yeah. And then there's yellow spliced to red up here and here. So I would feel comfortable in putting both yellows on the positive.
Okay.
Don't blame me if we fry something.
It already don't work.
Right.
True. What these switches were.
Positive. We said positive should be red and black and all that stuff. So.
I have no clue.
Those are ringing either.
I hesitate to ask, but what was on it when you first opened it up?
I sold the battery out of this a year ago.
Oh.
And I didn't really pay attention to the wires when I took it off because I didn't think it would be a problem. I want to say something.
Make sure you've got it centered in neutral. No, there it is.
Let's look at some of that. There was a bunch of switches someplace in this boat, wasn't there?
I see one here and one right there, but I have no idea what they do.
Any power?
Yeah. Oh, that's a battery charger.
Yeah.
To it. Yeah, 16 volts. Look at that. That
That'll do
charger's
it.
throwing some power to
so
it.
there's
I got it
your
on the
power
like 50
source.
amp start.
Oh.
Maybe you should take it off and see if the battery itself is bad.
Well, it might be, but
That
the
doesn't matter.
charger's not. Yeah, that wouldn't stop it from starting if it was going to. We got the safety switch in place.
Yeah, that was one of my first thoughts too. But it's just still trim and
Yeah.
tilt.
Oh, I didn't try that.
It ain't doing anything.
What's this fuse? I don't think obviously not enough. So here's the starter up here. See if there's any power right there to that yard. What I'm wondering about is, did the mice eat something? God, they got householders. They got Romex in this thing. Could at least use underground. That's right, get on that water. Oh, that sucks. Don't look like we're getting on the water.
Oh, there's the orange box you have.
Yeah, I knew it. I found it. And I put the registrations in there too.
Oh, okay, cool. We're legal to get on the water.
Yeah, we can get on the water. Can't get off.
Slight problem after that, but the DNR ain't after us, so, you know.
Okay, these are the controls. Let's see just what electrical is going in and coming out of here. It should just be a trigger wire, right, for the starter. But we got no power to that.
13.9
Okay.
without the charger, so that's good.
Should have some decent power.
Right. Let's see why we don't have power up here. Where do those two cables come in at? Red one.
That, just change that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multi-pin deal.
Yeah, 13.8.
Okay.
we
So
got
we're just
power to
missing the
here.
trigger wire somewhere.
Yeah, but you think like this, even this up and down.
Oh yeah, it should work if it had
Yeah,
power.
if this has power to it, you'd think. I would think you should be able to trim it up and down with that switch.
I would tend to agree with you because I want it to work. Well, since they got Romex, I wonder if they use the black as a hot.
It's kind of hard to say because that is some bizarre looking stuff under there. That is definitely Romex. Very weird.
Obviously I thought it was when I took it all apart. These wires only go into the motor, right?
Those two big ones?
Yeah, the two big fat ones.
As far as I can tell, yeah, they just go up to these two terminals.
I can't believe we can't get any of the lights or anything to work.
I flip all the switches that say they're for lights. But
Is there a master someplace?
I don't see them.
I mean, you would see it.
Something that would mark it out.
What's this?
I don't know. I turned it on though.
Yeah, I flipped those two and then put them back to where they were.
See, I don't know where they were, so.
It'd feel better if we could at least get this
Something light.
meter over here to.
To do something.
Okay,
Yeah.
did the starter has voltage to it still?
Their starter to these two lugs
Okay.
on the motor. But then which one of these is the start solenoid? Yeah, I don't know.
Which two legs?
These two.
Okay.
That's the power end. Those are just straight up those two wires
Okay.
that you put on the battery.
So it's possible.
But what could lock it out from even trying to start? So what you said, you think this is the choke over here?
No, this. If you push in the key to start it, I think that chokes it. I don't know.
This is over here.
I don't know. I pulled that out. I didn't see anything, so I put it back.
Unscrew it and see what is in there. He didn't take it all the way out.
Oh, did I quit?
Scared.
Yeah.
Scares me.
Well, at this point,
Maybe it's a fuse.
that's what I'm curious about.
Well, it doesn't seem to screw out or in. It seems to spin. It just keeps spinning.
The simplest solution that I've come up with was to get myself a more comfortable chair.
Real nice.
And sit down and wait for you two to figure it out. Say that again?
I think we just don't have it hooked up right because it ran when parked. Okay.
Well, that was then. This is now.
Fuse looks good. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's good. Let's test it.
It'd be better if it was a mess. Then we have an idea what the problem was.
Fuse is good.
What you got there?
These are just alligator test leads so we can put the these wires combinations quicker than bolting and unbolting that battery constantly.
Well, that's just fancy.
Well, we'll see if it works. So we think black should go to neutral.
Okay.
And we think red should go on positive.
Nothing.
Well, and what I think is both yellows go to positive. But that's how we had it hooked up before.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. So let's try this yellow, green, red one. Positive. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah.
There's
Well-
been some success. What has happened,
Use
gentlemen?
your key.
There's a hidden fuse over here.
Let him explain it.
And the manual just says, oh, remove the fuse cover and check the fuse. Well, this is the actual fuse holder, and it's inside this rubber boot. It doesn't look like any fuse box lid I've ever seen. But yeah,
Well, that's okay. It works now.
stuffs itself back in there, and then it has this little cover that
Which
goes
has a
over the
spare
top
fuse.
of it.
Which has a spare fuse.
And then the whole thing shoves back into that rubber boot.
Nice.
So here was an hour that we just spent
Oh, nothing but that.
for a
little
blown
thing.
fuse.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And I did find this in the manual, but it took quite a while. And the manual doesn't exactly match what is here on the engine.
Well, that's not uncommon in real life.
Right. Somewhere during the production run, they changed their mind and started doing something else.
Probably.
So this is what it looked like stock. It's like, how do I know that that is a fuse holder? It doesn't look like any fuse holder I've ever seen.
Here is a fuse holder. Okay, I would have never guessed, but I wouldn't have guessed anyway.
Do we want to try the key?
Shall we try the key?
Yeah, sure.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Key
I
works.
think we fixed it. Jeff fixed it.
Awesomeness.
That's what happens when you find somebody from Minnesota. They know how to work on these boats.
Right?
Well, it wouldn't have took nearly as long if the fuse holder looked like any
obvious.
fuse holder I had ever seen. Yeah. That's probably some European standard.
I'm guessing
Japanese.
Japanese.
Tohatsu. Just,
I've got some mini fuses. I'm going to grab another one and stick in that. If I can find the same thing, I'll put it in the extra one. But I also know that I don't really care about the little LED lights. We just want to go boating.
right?
Okay, so let me hit the starter again and just make sure. Okay. And that's all we got to have. So what we started this hour ago, or two,
Quite a while. I painted 14 boards while you were doing this.
we wanted to put this in the motor, and now we can.
Oh my God, that was the whole thing?
That was the whole point of this.
Oh wow.
So that, well, when we pulled it over here, we drug it through the gravel.
Oh. Well, that's a bad idea.
So where's this go? Not on that wire.
It's me.
There we go.
Oh, okay. So it just holds the motor up.
Yep.
Perfect.
Now then, to put the
Case
motor
is
cover
right
back
here.
on. We found about 100 dead wasps in this thing too.
Oh. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't here for that part.
They were dead.
Well, that,
You don't like seeing wasp bodies?
I just don't like to see wasps at all.
Okay.
Alive, dead, any.
Let me go see.
Your career in entomology is not.
Has
Is,
just been a total failure.
Yeah, pretty dismal.
Okay, and look right there, the very first thing we did was we put the plug in this boat. We're nowhere near water, but we're not going to sink.
Well, it's one failure we won't have. So I didn't realize that was an on-off button right there.
On
The negative,
Negative?
side for
Okay.
me, please. Now there's definitely power to this. Power to here.
Okay.
But then where the hell does that all go?
Well, having a
It goes into that
broken
Roman.
mess, that mess that's under there. I
Okay,
don't
let me see if
know.
I can find a spare fuse.
So we got some power there.
I'm into something. I have all the switches on to what it seems like should be the on side, but
So I've got all kinds of assorted spare fuses. I don't have anything that looks like that. So I'll put that in a pocket and we'll be in the store later today and I'll check it out.
Cool.
All right, so these are the boat seats that we've got, and we just wanted to put a couple of those in. A couple times we've had this boat out, it really kills your lower back sitting on that hard thing or on a boat cushion with no seat back. So we're going to throw these Millennium Marine boat seats. And on Amazon, these were the highest rated accessory boat seats they had. So we're going to throw them on just with these little spindle bases and see how we like them.
so no mouses have chewed on it.
No, they look brand new. The box don't look brand new, but the chairs look brand new.
Oh, they look good.
Yeah, Millennium Marine. So I'd say you probably want to sit about right there, don't you?
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah. And then the driver, I'm
Probably bring it
up so your legs don't hit the.
so your legs don't hit that.
Okay.
I'd say that's about perfect.
Okay, let's see how it mounts. Okay, and everybody, this is Jeff, my cousin.
Hi, Jack.
He was an industrial electrician for years, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna let you handle the wiring, and he got the motor running, so it was a good call on my part.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
They do line up nice.
Yep. So these were just the swivel bases that, I mean, they're very cheap, and you can get them on Amazon. Even Walmart has these, and I think I got these at Walmart, but it's honestly been so long that I don't remember. But what I'm going to do first is mount these to this bench, and then I'll put the bolts through the chair and bolt them onto it after I mounted the base. Make sure the bolts aren't too, oh, the bolts are going to be too long.
It's not going to work.
Gonna need
good.
some spacers.
Or a different set of bolts.
Yeah, just shorter bolts will work. Okay, so I want to mount this seat so that when it can spin, and then also so it's kind of close to this edge. So I think about 14 inches looks like it'll do it. I guess got to check, make sure it'll spin. Okay, so at 14 inches it will spin all the way around. So I'm gonna mount this swivel base right there, and then we'll bolt that seat to it. And to do that, I've got these rivet nuts, and what you do on that is just drill a hole in this aluminum bench since you can't get to the bottom of it, and then squeeze that like a pop rivet, and that'll put you a set of 1/4 threads right in this bench. Okay, before I do all of these, I guess I'll put this one in and see if these even work. So this came from Harbor Freight, but it's aluminum riv nuts, what they're called. And you just put that on there and then squeeze it, expands that, and puts a threaded hole in the thing. And the only thing I see is that drill bit's not quite big enough. I need a little bit bigger drill bit. Okay, so we put our rib nut through and see how this works. Well, surely it needs to squeeze farther than that. Okay, well, that's in there. Let's see if a bolt works.
Now, find out what happened to the other piece.
Okay, I think that's going to work. So just got to do all three of them. Okay, if you pull the handle, it'll spin. So that's
Okay.
there's something we didn't know.
Just learning all kinds of things today.
Yeah. Well, I bought this at Harbor Freight a couple years ago for this job. And
Is that all?
I feel like it should squeeze it farther than that, but it doesn't seem to.
Seems to be flush right on the metal when I can see past it.
Okay,
Okay, that's good enough.
it's in there. This is your seat, so if it's not, you'll be first to know. I'm gonna weld mine on.
I'm gonna sit in this chair, just so y'all know. For the first trip, I'm gonna find out.
You'll find out
The easier way. Watching you two fall over.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna work on getting them off this one. While Jeff works on getting it off that one.
Oh, then. We have to know which way this goes. I guess we don't. It doesn't matter.
Are you, as I say, I would have looked at it before I took it off of there.
Well, it popped off.
Lord.
Apparently, I was going the wrong way. Happens sometimes. All right.
Okay.
That actually spins pretty good.
Yeah. Now,
And it seems like it's bolted to the bench.
see if you can put the
See if we
thing
can put a
back
seat on
there.
it. No doubt.
I don't know what that is, but there you go.
Put it on that side.
It will be. I'm holding this camera. That does not work the same. Maybe lift your end up. Okay.
Okay. Did this bend it at all?
That's what I was gonna try. Yes. Go slow. It is moving it some. Okay, now, can you hold that down?
Where it goes. Is it in that side?
Yep.
Ha! There we go. Now we just have to find the hole. Always my biggest problem.
That's the thing. Let me get what
Okay.
I can see. Okay. See?
Okay, so the whole rail needs to go down.
This needs to
Yeah,
go
you
down.
tap that down.
Okay.
There, you lined up.
Oh.
That one's through. It just needs to go a little further, so we can either
Okay.
tap it or we can drive it with that impact. There we go. Sweetness.
You on?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. The back?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Oh, the wrench went on too
Oh,
far.
okay. There we go. Right.
Perfect. Sweetness.
All right. Looks like a chair.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that is a definite rat's nest of wiring.
Yeah. The house wiring mixed in with it is a real nice touch.
There's some nice Romex in there. I was surprised they didn't use underground. So we got this boat used, and it was probably on its second, third owner maybe. So, you know, you kind of get what you get sometimes.
Understatement.
Okay, so we got that one in. We're real happy. It'll swing around so that we can work on the motor, which with this boat is probably going to be required. But what I found out was from the edge of this mounting bracket to the edge of that seat, the way that one's mounted, it's 8 inches. And if I put this bracket same place that is, I don't know that I could get my legs under that steering wheel. So I'm gonna move it back 7 inches, so I'll have 1 inch of overlap of this seat will overlap this bench 1 inch over here. So basically just sliding it back. The other thing, I believe that'll make it where if you go to swivel it, it may not hit this as much as it would have. So we'll see. It can only be wrong.
Exactly.
So this is filled with foam that I just saw when I drilled into it.
What you you're saying is we have less flotation now.
Maybe just a hair less. I'm just glad it's not like a live well or something. Drill in there and find a fish. Okay. Now we'll try our rib nuts again. They work fairly well. 3 out of 4 work real good. One of them a little sketchy.
Maybe scrape all that stuff out of the way first?
What stuff?
The shavings?
There's no shavings here at this hole. That ain't going nowhere.
I swear, just a second ago I saw those LED lights flash.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no, he had them on.
Oh, you did?
No, they just flashed just now
Oh,
when you
yeah.
bumped something.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the
Yeah.
wires aren't tied on the battery, maybe, or something?
Yeah, I don't know, but there they are. They're
Oh,
on.
yeah, they're not tight on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had them sitting on there. I didn't know
Okay.
what
Yeah. See? So I just saw those batteries. And all the little light switches are on. They're blue. It says your battery is at 13.1 whatevers.
Oh, really?
It's what it says.
They got it on the charger, right?
Yeah.
One of those circuits that says side lights
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it has on the
drug the
outside.
voltage down a little bit.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't know.
There are those LED side lights that are on.
I wouldn't have thought LEDs would.
What's funny is that, you know, oh, did they go off? No?
No.
So they're independent of the key
It's
switch.
that switch on the side of the console.
Right here?
Yep.
Or
That
over here?
shuts all the, yep. See,
Okay,
that
cool.
shuts all the accessory.
That's
So
good to know.
I would take a
marker
Sharpie and
and
write
write
accessory on
Yeah.
off.
Right.
All the shit. Okay, so let's see if we can put this on. And then we'll see if we can put...
Alright.
All right, well, hey, we got seats. And that was about probably maybe, I'm gonna say hour job that lasted about 4. So we've still got the awning to do, but we want to get this thing out on the river while it's still nice. So now that we've got the motor starting and all the electrical working, thanks to Jeff, we're gonna go ahead and button this up tonight and take it out on the river in the morning. Boy, that exhaust stinks. That gas has got to be rotten. But hey, it started up, so I'm gonna bring some fresh gas with us in the morning and we'll go put this thing on the water. Okay, and in our box, so we're legal, we've got some flares, we've got a signal horn, we've got a signal whistle, and probably most importantly, we got our new stickers. So let's get those put on. So we're going to cover up last year's. All right, we're good to go. Put the one on the other side. So this boat hadn't even been in the water in 24, and we've only got a couple months left before we have new stickers. But there we go, 25s are in place. All right, well, we got our seats in, and once again, if you like this content, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the channel, and we invite you to subscribe to see more. Make sure you tune in, because we're putting this boat on the river tomorrow. Wish us luck. Have a great day, and be safe.